Good morning and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I'll be reading for Taurus this morning. Lighting some Palo Santo to cleanse the space and my cards for your reading. I've discovered that this takes a little bit to light up, but it's wonderful because serendipitously I ran out of my Palo Santo matches, and then I thought to myself, ooh, I need to just get a stick of this stuff. And my friend Jolene bought me a stick of it, and I hadn't even said anything to her. So I love it when things work out like that. Okay, so I will be doing a you and them reading, okay? I will pull energy for you, pull cards for your energy, pull cards for your person's energy, the nature of the relationship as it stands, and the potential outcome. If this reading does not resonate, then check your other placements. If it does, then hit the like button because that helps the algorithm and the whole YouTube realm. And I would love it if you would subscribe. So that would be awesome. What else? Since this is a you and them and I'm pulling cards for both energies, you can have the energies and the message can be flipped. So just take what resonates, leave what does not, and don't try to make anything fit if it isn't your story. But if it is your story, then claim it 100%, and I appreciate your likes and subscribes. So thank you. Okay, Taurus. What messages do we have for Taurus and their person? Please send us messages for their greatest and highest good, for themselves and the union, the relationship, however it is. It could be a love relationship, it could be a family relationship. It's just basically the person on your mind. This is for Taurus. This is for Taurus. This is for Taurus. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So a new start and some sort of, here, I'll put this over here. A new start, a new seed is being planted at this time. And this is patient energy for the long-term vision, long-term growth, okay? So, and it's also earth energy, which is you, Taurus. So you have the Three of Wands, the Death, the Page of Cups, and the Hierophant. So it would appear that there's been some irrevocable change in the nature of this relationship, okay? And maybe this is something that you had seen coming and you were just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. But you did come forward in this situation with, you know, your heart in your hand, basically with the Page of Cups, delivering a message of love, and also learning about yourself along the way and how you show up in commitment. Ultimately, there could have been an issue regarding conflicting values on some level. That's a possibility. But yeah, that's the energy that I'm reading here. For your person, there's the Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. So with both twos, this person has been of two minds and two actions. Like they haven't really been able to make a decision on what it is they want to do. That theme has come up over and over and over again in these readings. But ultimately, they were, seeing this connection as potential for the long term. And we'll look more into these energies, but right now it would appear that they're kind of hermiting down, they're trying to listen to their inner guru and probably trying to decide on what they think about this and what they're going to communicate, what their message is going to be, and what their action is going to be. Okay, because we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. And so in the nature of the connection right now, we have the Death card, the Three of Swords, which is heartache, heartbreak, and the Ten of Pentacles. This could have been a long-term relationship already, or it could have been the potential, but we'll see. Given that the Ten of Pentacles energy is here within the context of this relationship, and then the Death, I'm likened to say that it was a long-term relationship, but you were waiting on something here. And I imagine that you were waiting on this person to make up their mind. To make up their mind, to make a decision, given that the Two of Swords is a stalemate energy, no communication. And then with the Two of Wands, no action being taken yet at this time. But given that they're in hermit mode, that could be seen as positive. I mean, we'll just see. I mean, given that they're listening to their own inner guru right now, they're just taking some space. And for the potential outcome, the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So yeah, the longer this person stands in not taking any action, both of you will be in your heads and overthinking this, and overthinking this heartbreak, this ending of this commitment. Okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll clarify. So what were you waiting on? The other aspect of the Three of Wands is that, it would appear that you were waiting for your ships to come in with this person, but another thing that can be happening is that you're being called to go somewhere else, or to, it's definitely a waiting energy though. It's not really an action taking, but the Three is like a gateway. It's an integration. Where like prior to the Three, there's the Two, where you're like, which action do I take? And then with the Three, it's like the mind has been made up, at least. There's been a decision, yet there's a waiting energy. Perhaps you're going to be traveling. That's a possibility. This person could be at a distance from you, and you were maybe waiting for them to make a decision to move closer. You could be at a distance even, not just geographically and physically, but energetically. That definitely is clear, given that they are hermiting away. Okay, so 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Fair enough. So the 3 of Wands is clarified by the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the Judgment. You've been taking a time out, taking care of yourself, getting some rest, trying to at least, because, you know, with the 9 of Swords right next to the 4 of Swords, there's also, you're trying to get rest, but the anxiety and the worry could be keeping you up and disturbing your sleep a bit, because ultimately, you know, you're waiting on a judgment. You're waiting on a decision, a judgment call. But even within that, you could be going in and doing your own meditation about what kind of choice you want to make. Because, you know, the waiting energy can be a bit exhausting. Let's look at the 2 of Swords over here. What was this stalemate about? So the 2 of Swords is clarified by the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So this person was really indecisive, in an indecisive energy about this commitment, because, you know, the Page of Wands is somebody who's initiating action, right? Trying to find what their passion is, thinking, oh, here's this passion, do I move towards it or not? Typically the Page does, but within that, they can feel very new at it. So perhaps this person hadn't ever really been in a commitment before, like a healthy one even at that. That's a possibility. The other thing is, like, they're also the King of Pentacles. They're showing up the King of Pentacles right now. So it's like, with regard to tangibles and, you know, acquiring things and working hard and having their tangibles, you know, on lockdown, really, they know how to do that. But when it comes to pursuing a passion, perhaps with you, they might feel too vulnerable for that, or kind of in this apprehensive energy, hence the stalemate, the 2 of Swords, you know. And with the 2 of Swords, it could be thinking about like work and love, you know, and what needs to get their commitment right now. Perhaps they have a way of looking at their life in a compartmentalized kind of way, where if I'm all in, I got to be all in one place, you know. So that could be playing into it as well. Let's go ahead and look at let's look at the Death card over here. Okay, so with the Death card, that's clarified by the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. So you felt as though this person was withholding information from you. Maybe you felt like they were, you know, just trying, like maybe trying to get away with something, or, you know, leaving some things unsaid. There's like a deceptive energy, but also the Seven of Swords can denote an insecurity, right? So there was a feeling of insecurity in this relationship. And, you know, with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups, one person is very, both are loving energies, right? But one is more sturdy. They're more sure about themselves with regard to their feelings. It's emotional stability. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love in the context of this relationship. But someone is showing up as a king and someone is showing up as a page. And over here, there's king and page energy on this person's side. So, you know, perhaps they weren't ready for that because they're still in like the thinking stages or the initiation stages, trying to figure out how they show up in love, how they show up in love, how they pursue a passion. And there is, with the Seven of Swords, there may have been some deception, but I do like to, you know, it's more like deception through omission. So who knows if this person was being vulnerable with you and saying, hey, like, I feel like a total noob here. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And here you are showing up as the King of Cups, you know. That can be kind of intimidating for a page. But, I mean, if that could be the story, that could not be, but that's what it appears to be for me. Another storyline that is here is that perhaps you were in your cup, perhaps you were in your King of Cups energy, and given that this hadn't really panned out, and there's heartbreak here, that is making you feel like a page, you know, making you feel very vulnerable, very naive even. It's a possibility that you are also reevaluating how you show up in relationship. There could have been some withholding on your side as well. You know, maybe you were waiting, and so in this waiting energy, you're waiting for them to come forward with whatever, you know, this decision is on their part, and you're withholding how this felt for you. You know, it takes two people. It doesn't always just need to be one person to make the choice and to come forward and be like, okay, I got all the power, I choose you, you know? It's just like, okay, you don't have to be sitting here waiting for someone to make up their mind. I mean, you can tell them, hey man, like, I really would like to pursue this relationship with you, and I also know that I want relationship in my life. So if you're not ready, then I gotta, you know, shuffle on, I guess. Okay, so here's the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So, you know, this person has experienced this connection as, you know, equal give and take. And, here we have a divine pairing, right? The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So, but we also have the heartbreak here twice. And like I'd said earlier, being of two minds with regard to what they're going to commit to, they definitely are committed to their work and their stability. But when it comes to pursuing a long-term commitment in a relationship, they could, there's apprehension here as well. And this person may have experienced heartbreak in the past in the context of a long-term relationship. So that could be playing into it as well. And a lot of times, as humans, we tell ourselves it would be easier and we might feel more protected if we tell ourselves, well, I'm really dedicated to my job and I just don't know if I have any room, any space in my life for a relationship if I'm like really focused on my job. Completely legitimate, okay? Completely legitimate answer. And if we've also experienced heartbreak in the past in the context of a loving long-term relationship, and that is contributing to our apprehension about moving forward, it's a lot more vulnerable to communicate that. It's a lot more vulnerable to communicate that. There's something a bit more protective about identifying other reasons that are much more practical and about the pentacles rather than the cups, rather than going to the heart of the matter when it comes to your feelings about pursuing a relationship. It could feel more protective to say, hey, and really call on external 3D reasons to justify not moving forward. And not just justify not moving forward, but justify staying in a stalemate energy and hiding away. Okay. So let's look at the Page of Cups, because we got the Page of Cups on your side twice. So this would appear to me that, on your side, you could be feeling like, well, I'm vulnerable too. Like, if this is just starting out or whatever, like, because we're all coming together and learning how to do these things, and not just once, like continually, right? And so with the Page, that also can speak of feeling not as assertive, which would be amplified by that 3 of Wands energy and the 4 of Swords energy. So Page of Cups, Page of Cups, Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. You really want to work on this. You really want to invest, for sure. So even though it feels like the Death card here, let me walk it back just a touch. Either you want to continue to invest in this, or you are like, you know what? If you weren't ready and this is over, I'm going to continue to invest in my pursuit of a loving partner. Because we have the 2 of Cups and the Lovers here. And the 7 of Pentacles. What works, what doesn't? Back to the drawing board kind of energy. Typically the 7 of Pentacles is like an extended investment in the thing that they were trying to grow to begin with, which is what makes me think that they're still in it to win it with you, or you're still in it to win it with them. So that's what that says. And given that this is the Page of Cups, that can also be the message. Because it looks like this person, given their stalemate energy here, they may not have really, maybe this is something that's playing into their indecision. Like they're thinking about all of these things, right? In the Hermit mode. Let's clarify and see if that's true. Okay, Hermit. So if there's communication, that can be your message. Like, I'm still in this, you know, even though this is heartbreaking right now. It's not in a good place. It's in a sad spot, because your continued investment would make a lot of sense, because I think that you can see that you have a divine pairing here. Okay, the Hermit. I'm going to go ahead and take these. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, Mamma Mia. Okay, so in the Hermit energy, we have the Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Five of Cups. All right, so this person is consulting their inner guru about their past pains. Okay, the Five of Cups is here. And also they could be consulting their inner guru about toxicity that has been in their life, whether that be with you or somebody else, or even just like their own internal unhealthy patterns, unhealthy behaviors, whatever. You know, they're really meditating deep on this and getting in touch with their pain, or at least feeling it. But given the Four of Cups, I get the sense that this person doesn't want to feel that. They're like, no. Like, I mean, this could be the hand of fate handing them, like within this Hermit energy, being given an opportunity to look at this toxic, any kind of, whatever the toxicity is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the story is. But whatever their inner demons are, or outer demons that have brought them pain. This is grief. This is grief. And like I'd said earlier, you know, we got it, like I said earlier, it's easier to lean on or lean into life excuses when it comes to matters of the heart. You know, it could be a lot safer to pin our reasons on practical matters rather than matters of the heart, because that brings up a raw vulnerability that leaves you exposed to the potential of feeling that way again, even if it is just through acknowledging it and discussing it out loud. It brings those feelings up, even if your counterpart, you know, doesn't like then reject you, right? So this is deep. This is deep. Let's look at the potential outcome here. The Hierophant. Mm-hmm. So the Hierophant is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. You know, on your side. I think right now you're going in, you're trying to logic this out about how you're going to build your future and to get to your Ten of Cups. And whether it includes this person or not, I think has yet to be seen. But that's what you want. That's what you want to build. And being in the King of Swords energy, you know, that can be you getting logical about these things, really kind of being in your head about, okay, well, this is what I want, so how do I go about getting that? Like, what's the script? What's the book? What does the book say? Let me consult the handbook. Another thing could be that in matters of commitment, you now know that it's not just you building it alone. You got to build it with others. You can't just build this relationship by yourself. It has to be a shared experience and a shared want, a shared desire, a shared goal, right? The other thing I was going to say about this is this person can be going inward to, and I might have said this in a different kind of way, but going inward to look at their own patterns, or even patterns with patterns that they have regarding how they show up in long-term relationships, and whether or not that has led to success for them in the past, or whether or not that has led to, you know, some sort of downfall, some sort of just kind of, you know how some people, because what I just got in my mind is doomed from the beginning. Doomed from the beginning. So some folks can enter in relationships be like, well, this is doomed from the beginning. Like, this isn't going to work out, you know. So that could be a part of what this person is sitting with. Okay. Two of Wands. All right. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Death card. So, you know, I mean, this person, you got 3 twos on this side. Indecision, inaction, and, you know, and not to say it in a negative way, like whenever a lot of twos show up, I mean, if anything, it really does speak to the depth of importance that this kind of matter has for the person. Because if something really didn't matter, they wouldn't meditate on it so much. It wouldn't be a going back and forth. The decision would be made. Yeah, man. If it's a yes, it's a fuck yes, or if it's a no, it's a fuck no, right? So with this, you know, making a decision, juggling still, whether to be, you know, about being single and having the death of this connection, you know, an ending. So we have death here twice. You're feeling it up here. They're feeling it too. Right here, we got 2 3 of Swords. And then, you know, 2 deaths. And we got 2 twos right next to each other, like 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles, what seed am I going to plant for my long-term stability? Sometimes this can be seen as, you know, juggling an actual full-time job and a side hustle. That's something as well. So, you know, for your person, they may have something like that going on with the King of Pentacles. They're like, okay, I got my job, but I also have some other 3D thing, some other tangible thing that is a legitimate reason for their attention being, you know, taken away from this this relationship, or maybe even any relationship, to be fair, you know, if that is the true whatever, which it appears to be. But regardless, you know, I mean, if you're coming in with this energy when you're trying to come together with somebody else, this energy is going to repeat itself if you don't work through this, okay? Which I think maybe your person is trying to do in the hermit mode. They could also be in the hermit mode thinking about how this opportunity, you know, this offer, the Four of Cups, you know, because this can denote somebody being offered something, right? They're being offered something by the hand of fate, and they're just kind of like, but I don't want it like that. Or, you know, they're like harumph or whatever. It's like the harumph card in my book. It's you know, just feeling bored, feeling dissatisfied. And a lot of times if folks kind of have like a chronic feeling of boredom or some sort of dissatisfaction where it's like, okay, I've lost interest quickly, like on to the next kind of thing, that's really good information for that person to consider, because it's kind of like, what happens for you when you kind of stay present with what is and what is growing, or what is evolving, you know? I don't know. I mean, perhaps that is what your person is in hermit mode about, thinking about how they may get into things and then they lose interest, or, you know, I get the feeling here that it's not just one particular thing that this person is meditating on right now. I get the feeling that they're thinking about a lot of different things, thinking about their commitments, tangible commitments, thinking about their past heartaches, thinking about their present dissatisfaction with the way, you know, how reality is showing up for them, how certain opportunities are being presented, you know, being dissatisfied with present opportunities, and then ultimately in this kind of, you know, juggling energy about, you know, about their own singlehood and independence, and whether they're going to bring a death to that singlehood and independence by pairing up, or bring a death to the relationship, thereby choosing to be single. So that could be read both ways. You know, I'm more inclined to read it as whatever decision is going to be made, seeing that we have 2 2s here, it's going to be the death of one thing or the other, you know, at least in this context, you know, with you here. But what's really interesting is that the Nine of Pentacles energy is actually like such a strong, healthy energy. It really is. And if you end up finding somebody and you come together with them, you want them to show up in this energy, right? Because this means that they got their shit together, they feel good in their own skin, they are sure of themselves. This person, this archetypal energy, doesn't spend a bunch of time in the Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Two of Swords. There's not a lot of indecision when it comes to this person's energy. This person has a very solid sense of self, okay? And is ready, if they do enter into a partnership or a commitment, they are entering it into they are entering into it with a sense of independence and the capacity for interdependence, right? And it's interesting to me that this can fall right beneath the Devil card, which is, and the Three of Swords, which can be indicative of codependence. So perhaps the meditation here, the hermit, the consult with the inner guru is about, how do I get to this energy? So I can fully show up. How do I change? Because death is not only an irrevocable change, it's transformation. It's not so black and white. It's really like an evolution, a changing, of course, but like one thing, one form ends and then becomes another form, right? So take it as it resonates. But there's that. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, on your side, Taurus, you're quite clear about what it is you want. Like, there's clarity. What it is you want. I think that you are being very practical when it comes to knowing how to go about doing that. But what's interesting about this read as well is that, so here's the potential outcome, right? And we have two people kind of maintaining the same energy. You know, like, this person is clear on what they want to build. They want a commitment. They want to build something that's going to bring long-term joy, love, stability, community, partnership, all the loving things with the Lovers and the Two of Cups and the continued investment, okay? And then this person figuring it out. In the middle, Eight of Swords. So both people are in their head about this issue. So let's look at the Three of Swords up here. Maybe that'll give us some more insight on whether or not this issue was even done and dusted, right? I mean, one would think, but what's up with the waiting energy? You know, the waiting and the worrying, but also healing, taking some time out to heal. Okay, so with the Three of Swords, we have the World, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands. So, you know, it would appear that this is a wrap. It's a wrap. With the World, a cycle has come to a close. We have the World and we have the Death here twice. And then we have the Empress energy and the Nine of Wands energy. And the Nine of Wands is a guarded energy. Guarded. They've gone through some stuff, you know, takes a licking but keeps on ticking, right? So and this figure in this guarded energy, this figure is walking toward the Empress. So they may be coming back to you, but they could be coming with a guarded energy still. Who knows? Who knows? I don't. You'll know your situation more than I do, but the thing that's clarifying this heartbreak is that somebody was too guarded here. you know, and the Empress doesn't chase, she manifests, right? So, you know, there's also creation. So through this heartbreak energy, something new will be created. When we complete a cycle, a new cycle begins, right? So with this heartbreak energy, it's closed off. The Empress is here to remind us that there are more things that can be grown, and creativity can be an important aspect of your healing right now. That's very, very positive. And so there's that. I feel like that's a lot, or enough to be said in that regard. If anything else comes up, I'll tell you. But let's do the Eight of Swords, because there's still, it's like, that's the part that makes me think that there's something about this that was left open on some level, because energetically it looks like there's a closing, but maybe on the practical level there hasn't been. On like the 3D experience, there hasn't been, because if there was, or I don't know. I mean, there's this Eight of Swords, so it's like people being up in their head about stuff. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, people. I was right. I was right. Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Still a stalemate energy, okay? Now listen, what did I just say? Energetically, there's been an ending. Tangibly, there has not. I don't believe that there's been any kind of conversation, because the Eight of Swords is here, and it's clarified by the Page of Swords, which is a need for an important conversation to take place. The Three of Wands, which is waiting for that, waiting for that conversation to happen, and the Three of Cups, which is a reunification. Y'all are in your head about when the reunification is going to happen so that a conversation can take place. And that's that. Who's going to make the move? Who's going to make the move? Because look, there's Two of Swords. It's a stalemate. You guys, damn. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My guess is that it's when this person comes out of their hermit mode. But they're going to be in here for a bit. You know, they can take whatever time they need to take. That's how life is. This is a human being here. You know, it's like everybody has their stuff. So, I mean, gosh, oh, you guys, I feel like I want to give you guys a big hug. Oh. But this energy is like everywhere, dude. Well, yeah. So you know what? I think with this energy over here on your side, Taurus, and if this is you, I mean, take it as it resonates. Like I said, it can be flipped, but whoever is holding this King of Cups energy, and this Queen of Cups is on this side too. So ultimately, I think that in the context of this, you both have a lot of love for each other and a lot of empathy and compassion. So I think as long as you hear about this or you hear about this, you can both understand where the other person is at and really honor that and like, you know, love that in the other person, you know, and understand it. It talks about understanding, empathy, emotional safety, okay? Because emotional safety is like being able to hear what another person has to say, even if you disagree, you're meeting it with understanding. You're not invalidating what it is that they're experiencing, right? So that's that for the tarot portion, and I'm going to get this, give you guys a couple of little animal cards. Personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. I really feel like this person could benefit from that energy because of all the twos. We got all 4 twos because the stalemate was underlying. Okay. Black bear, guardian. Oh, I love this card. It's so cute. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Right. Perhaps there's a part of you that is like, okay, I got to protect myself. I got to protect the ones that I love in this experience. Okay. Let's do this one, actually. This is a deck by Melody Beattie, and it's like she's the gal that wrote that book, Codependent No More. Huge seminal breakthrough work on codependency, relationships, all of that stuff, which I referenced earlier in this reading with the devil energy. It's just a really good book for that. Talks about boundaries and healthy ways to show up in relationship for yourself and others and all of that. So this is a little deck. I forget why I just got it. So yeah. But what I'll do is I'll put it in the description notes because I have the box around here somewhere. Oh, that's what it's called. I see it. The language of letting go. The language of letting go. And it's not just like, let go of, it's letting go of control is what it is. Letting go of control. Because that's where codependency comes from. The need or want to control somebody else for a desired outcome. All right. Rescuing myself. Today I will not wait for someone to come to my aid. I'm not helpless. Although help may come, I'm my own rescuer. My relationships will dramatically improve when I stop rescuing others and stop expecting others to rescue me. Enjoying life. Today I will do something just for the fun of it. I will find something to do that's just for me, and I won't worry about what I should be doing. I will learn how to make myself feel good and enjoy life to the fullest. Okay. taking time for meditation and prayer. Today I will take a moment for meditation and prayer. I know that I am a creation of God and He loves me. So God being whatever, spirit, however that speaks to you. Through meditation and prayer, I have faith that I will hear the divine spirit when it talks to me, and that divine spirit will listen when I speak to you. Okay, there we have that. I think I'm going to leave it there for you guys, Taurus. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Okay.